Good morning to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for deciding to start your morning with us. It's the best breakfast show in all of the land, and this is 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Very shortly, we will be connecting with Felicity Appiah-Ampofo, your chief forecaster with the Ghana Met. She'll be letting us know exactly what to expect. Looks a little bit cloudy, a little bit overcast, but maybe the sun will shine. We'll apologies there. We'll try and reconnect with Felicity Appiah-Ampofo for a weather update. But I'm joined in studio by one Sixtus Don Ullo. Sixtus, how are you doing this morning? Good morning to you.
Good morning.
How was your evening? How was your sleep?
Refreshing.
I don't believe you.
I still look sleepy?
No, but I know you don't have too much sleep.
Yes. But
yesterday you managed.
I usually try to, even if it's 1 hour, I try to make it count. Yeah. So
even you can't sleep for 1 hour, but you pause that thought. I'll come back and reprimand you later. Felicity, thank you so much for making it. I think adults are supposed to average some, what is it, at least 6-7 hours.
That rule doesn't apply to those of us who live in Ghana.
Oh,
you want to sleep for 6 hours?
We have to try. Because
wait, Helen,
no. Because
you live in
actually,
Accra, you want to sleep for 6 hours.
If you don't get enough sleep, then you could easily fall sick.
That is true.
And that is something that you don't want to deal with in our part of the world, or in our country at least, where the healthcare is on shaky foundations. So the sleep is very, very important. If you don't sleep, you increase your stress hormone, what we call cortisol. And cortisol is at the root cause of a lot of diseases. So
I think all these things understand the situation in Ghana, so they spare us.
Anyway, it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
And healthy. I've got the Daily Analyst as well as the Ghanaian Times this morning. I'll zoom into the front page of the Daily Analyst. And sale of Snit Hotels. NPRA approves sale of some 60% shares. Employment Minister reveals. Also, my first coup d'etat. Mahama launches Russian language translation of his book. And also, Napo resigns as energy minister. As we know, he is the vice presidential candidate partnering Dr. Bawumia. Treasury bills, government to borrow some 17.4 billion in July 2024. More development in the north. I've done better than Mahama as vice president, and that is coming from current vice president Dr. Bawumia. GJA 75th anniversary public lecture. Let's embrace new technologies. GJA Press to traditional media. I take you to the Ghanaian Times, and we're committed to resolving boundary disputes with our neighbors, President assures, and plot to remove IGP. Parliament forwards committee report to President. So is the update then that the report that was signed by 5 out of 6 committee members is what has been forwarded to Parliament, to the President? Or is it Honorable Atachia's standalone alternative
I know that
finding?
The Honorable Atachia had an opportunity in Parliament to raise his concerns and his objections on the floor of the House. You know, he had earlier hinted, indeed, the day we had the discussion, I had a telephone conversation with him, and he said he was not going to engage the media. He wanted to be able to put pen to paper on the observations and objections that he had about the report that had been presented to the House. Yes, but I have also listened to some members of the committee. I listened to the Honorable Agalga, who who is from the other side.
I think he was co-chair.
Yes, he was co-chair. And he has said in media interviews that the Honorable Appiah tried steering the affairs of the committee in a manner that would give the committee powers that the committee did not have. And that was the basis of their disagreement, that the chairman at the time wanted to make the committee or arrogate to the committee some judicial powers that the committee did not have. And that was why and how they disagreed over how to go about the business. And they decided to, in fact, the Honorable Agalga says that it was a unanimous decision amongst them. So that gives me the impression that, all members of the NDC on the committee, all members of the NPP on the committee, except for the Honorable Appiah, were against the Honorable Appiah. And so I think he's not going to be writing any more reports. I think whatever he wanted to put on paper, he's already stated on the floor of the House.
Because at that time where the question was, well, does that invalidate the reports if the chairman doesn't sign it?
No.
And from what I gathered, the standing orders of Parliament don't explicitly invalidate a committee report if the chairman does not sign it, provided the other members of the committee have signed the report. This indicates that the report still holds validity despite the absence of the chairman's signature. Yes. So I believe that is what has now been forwarded on
have to have
the president.
A majority members of the committee signing.
That's right.
If the chairman has, otherwise, imagine what would happen if a chairman of a committee has such powers as to withhold or to veto a report of the committee. It will be disastrous. And so I think the benchmark or the measure that has been put in place by the standing orders is the best way to go. So that if for some reason a chairman disagrees, and as we see in this particular case, we are told, none of us was in the backroom conversations or meetings or engagements, but we have been told by members of the committee that all members of the committee agreed on the report that had been submitted, except for the chairman.
That's right. Even on the majority side, you had Honorable Patrick Boama, he signed. Honorable Ophelia Mensah Hayford, she signed. On the NPP side, of course, James Agaga signed. Honorable Eric Opoku signed. And then, of course, Honorable Peter Tobu. So they all signed. The only person
and
who
this is an ad hoc committee. All the members, the names that have been mentioned, are chairmen and ranking members of some committees in Parliament. So imagine that the chairman of an ad hoc committee would have such powers as to veto a report of the committee. Then there would be chaos. And the partisanship will be too much. So I think that this is a closed book now. We wait to see what the president will do with this report. The question remains, however, whether you can recall an officer who is on leave, who is on retirement, recall him, discipline him. I don't know what the regulations say, the police service regulation says, but if there should be some provision as would deal with such incidents, I think it would be nice.
Absolutely. We'll move on now to the New Finder newspaper, and the front page has this to say. Ministry of Food and Agriculture shares PFJ 2.0, that's Planting for Food and Jobs 2.0 inputs. The first 200,000 to register under GHAAP cap to receive grants. KNUST graduate's death is being thoroughly investigated. Also, DBG to channel some 1.4 billion Ghana cedis to SMEs. IFC to provide $400 million. And Dr. Baumia boasts of better achievements up north than John Dramani Mahama. Sixtus, over to you.
That headline with me. On the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper, Ghana's favorite newspaper, banner headline, let's debate Manu a Manu. Is that it? Baumia des Mahama. Helen.
Yes.
Indeed, I'll be interested in this debate.
Yes.
I want to. You know, there's been this long-standing discussion or argument about the NPP and the administration manipulating data, picking and choosing data to make certain arguments that favor them.
That's right.
And usually you would get this argument or claims from the Honorable Isaac Adongo, who has been a bit quiet lately. Let's see. What are the figures saying according to the NPP and the administration? What are the figures saying according to the NDC and the former president? Let's see. I think I'll be interested in this debate. And it shouldn't just be a debate about, Green Book says I have put up 26 e-blocks. Okay. Let us bring pictures and audio-visual, right?
Right.
From the locations.
Okay.
It shouldn't say that Performance Tracker says that we have renovated a dormitory block at Bishop Herman Senior High School. Let us bring audio-visual. And that debate, all of this should be that part of that debate. Let us scrutinize the people. And I don't think that debate or no debate, I think people have decided. I think if you are feeling what you are feeling, you know what you are feeling.
That's right.
If your 100 Ghana can buy you pepper, you know. If it can buy you salt, you know. If it can buy you fuel, you know. If your 100 Ghana can buy you rice and shito, you know.
So you join the many who say that at this point we are really in desperate need of solutions, and we don't want the cacophony of I did this and I did that and you did this.
No.
We really want to move on and find a solution.
Exactly.
To our issues.
That's what I believe. But I also, for Shege reasons, I really want that debate. Because I am so tired, as a media person, I'm so tired of all of this. I did better in this region, or in terms of infrastructure. My achievement is unprecedented.
I think to go a step further, after you've told us what you've done or you've regurgitated the figures and we have the audio visuals, then you tell us the impact as well. So that by setting up such and such, it employed such and such, gave us this output, reduced our export bill by such and such. Then we say, okay. Because every now and again, some of these projects that are touted, they will cut short and they are sat there, not put to use, rotting away, not maintained. So I think we the impact of the projects as well will be very much welcome.
One of my favorite questions from the encounter that JDM had with the media men and women was from Yatiti, our own Yatiti Onia. And her question had to do with the attitude of government towards uncompleted projects of the previous administration, the predecessor administrations. And I was interested in that question because you had so many of the e-blocks that had been left to rot, had not been completed. And we started hearing about what there was an idea to construct more schools to aid in free SHS. And the argument all of us made at the time was, look, you have these blocks, some of which are in bushes. Go clear those up, complete them, augment the infrastructure for the free SHS. Because as we all have come to agree, free SHS is the way to go. But how do you ensure that the implementation is good?
That's right.
That the students are in the needed comforts and convenience to be able to study. Not all this about, if I go and do this e-block, they'll say, okay, he's part of... This person started
it.
No.
I mean, it's very interesting. Because just yesterday, or might have been, just yesterday, Honorable Kojo Nkrumah, who's now works in housing minister, put up a post about Saglemi housing. And for me, my critique is he should have gone straight to the point and said, we are in talks with developers or partners or whatever. He starts with the preamble. This project, which was started by His Excellency Professor John Atta Mills and abandoned by John Dramani Mahama, and I'm thinking, so at every point, even when we are just doing the work that we are mandated to do, we have to infuse the politics in there. Because for me, he could have saved up the characters he used to type all those things and gone straight to the point. All of this unnecessary politicking is very exhausting. But the fact of the matter is that the current administration also abandoned the projects. You have 4 months to the expiration of your tenure, effectively. That's right.
By November, serious government business.
So we should say you too, and also abandoned by us for 7 years, and only
so if you are inviting bids at this time, award this contract. What is the person going to do? Really, what's the person going to do? If you were interested in this project, you had 6-7 years to do that.
So save us the preamble.
Save us all of that. There were beautiful ideas, complete it and hand it over to the security services. This idea came up.
That's right.
So that they would at least have some place to lay their head. Some even suggested complete it and give it to journalists. That also came up. I think Appiah-Ampofo is the only one who thinks about journalists in this country.
You say soon we should watch this space.
No,
we'll be
watch
here
this
from
space.
here.
Watch
She
this
said
space.
one journalist, one car.
One car. Appiah-Ampofo is coming. Well, still on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper, Mahama in Russia for support, £2.37 million ambulance case, Jakpa subpoenas speaker. Matter has come. Matter has come. A vote for MPP is a vote for your future. Western Region Chiefs extol Napo. And on the back page, you have Mbappe's shirt in hot demand. OMJ soccer first ends on high note. Mofa team lower Euro 24 curtains. And Southgate on the verge of vindication as England face Spain in Euro final. On the front page of the Republic newspaper, SNIT gets NPRA's green light for sale of 60% SNIT shares in hotel portfolio. And that is a news desk story. Driver jailed 15 years over sex with minor. Metium Limited CEO Hannah Brenda Amoateng wins Ghana's most outstanding female in construction. Editors of the Republic checked the spelling of win or wins. Will Bawumia rise to the challenge? Napo's Gov and beyond. I mean, there are more important things to worry about.
Absolutely.
Than still on the front page of the Republic Press, Bawumia dares Mahama, let's settle this in a debate. Nam to face justice as court rules against submission of no case.
All right.
I have one last paper, Daily Searchlight. Is it a tactic born out of desperation? The paper is asking. Bawumia dares Mahama to debate. A question indeed. Man 71 writes BCE in Ahafo region. Dr. Edu Chum launches cybersecurity, digital forensic and AI laboratory in Accra at Tamil's Memorial Heritage to commemorate 12th anniversary of his passing. As VP, I have assisted to bring more development to the north than John Mahama. I'm surprised that suddenly the man who said he had been a mere mate is claiming influence. Absa Bank appoints Edward Nate Boche as substantive MD. Your plight as widows touches my heart. Bawumia to widows in Bumpuru. And that is it on the front page of the Daily Searchlight newspaper.
Thank you for that 6 time check. It is some 14 minutes to the top of the hour. We'll go on a very quick break. When we come back, there's more right here on 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7 on Sunday. The finals to the Euros are upon us. The UK, or shall I say England, face off against Spain. Sports will be coming up at some point in the morning, but do stick with us. The People's Bite will also be coming your way. It's a good day to have a good day. This is 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.